Welcome back, everyone! This is Journitis bringing you Feed the Beast 1710. Today we are starting on episode 72, and we're going to talk about things and stuff. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you this right now. I have a general plan for this episode. I haven't really thought it through very much, and I'm okay with that. If it turns out horrible, well, you would just have to suffer along with me, so there. Is that over the top? I can never tell. Anyway, um, we now have terminals up here. I put them in the floor right here. I spent forever trying to figure out how I was going to get the wiring from down all the way downstairs, all the way up here into the walls. And I kind of forgot about the whole I ran these cables up through the ceiling to make them look pretty. And I mean, it was literally just to make this area look nice. But well, for the lower area to look nice. And I spent so much time trying to figure out how to do this and make it and get it up through the walls. And then finally, my wonderful wife was like, "What about those cables you ran up to the ceiling?" I was like, "They're just for show." And she goes, "Oh, so they don't work?" And I went, actually they do work. I love you." And she was like, "It's what I'm here for." So yes, real quick, we're going to go over things. Last episode, this place was not filled out with functionality. It is now filled out with functionality. We can actually see this right here. If we look, this says 31 of 32 channels on the purple, or is this, yeah, purple. Magenta's, yeah, there's magenta. This is purple. All right, so we have filled this out quite nicely. So let's see. This one goes over this way, so let's go over this way. We now have the storage slash, well, pretty much just storage in this section. We have these three over here. We've got the basic terminals over here. And then we've got the barrels. The barrels were actually pretty fun to set up. Not really a big deal at all. I can actually chop into the wall right here and show you guys real quick. What I've got is separate lines, because you can only have, even with the dense cable running through here, you can still only have 8 things on small lines. So as you can see, I've got one line coming in from the left right here that comes up this way, and then goes across the top, and there's 8 storage buses there. And then I've got another line that comes in right here with the anchors, making it so it doesn't touch anything there. And I've got 8 more storage buses there. And then I've got another line coming from over on that side up and across here with 8 more storage buses on that. So that gets all of those in place and functional without having any issues with channels. Channel. Um, so I've got this storage bus, this interface. This interface is on a storage bus, and this is where I'm having it constantly. It's got the crafting card like we did before, and it's keeping all the extra logic presses or all the processors, and then living wood and living rock. The smooth stone is here because I have the translocators going from this interface into this chest. This is the chest for the blood magic area, and this is keeping the stack of stone in this chest. So that is cool. So let's see. Now, the thing is, this chest is no longer on a storage bus. The AE system is not aware of what's in this chest. Now, the reason for that is because for some reason, the transvector interface and the item translocator, transvector. I have transvector interfaces on the brain. We'll get to those, and I have uses for them, but whatever. The translocator tries to regulate the stack of stone, and for some reason, the storage bus and the translocator don't seem to get along very well. For some reason, it just constantly pumps items into the chest, and the storage bus keeps taking the items out. So it just causes this like constant loop. And sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes it doesn't do it, depending on when I load the world. So I don't know what the deal is there. So I just kind of stopped because bad. So that's fine. Now we're actually going to change things just a little bit here, and what we're going to wind up doing is we're going to change the program of the drones, because what we're doing is making the drone jump up and down, and we don't like that. But I'll get to that here in just a second. This is the storage area, because I need to finish showing you guys this before I get moving forward, right? Over here, this is the processing area. Right there, if we look at this, you can see that we have all that behind there. and that all works out perfectly. We got this exact same thing set up here as we had before. This goes into the Skystone chest. The Skystone chest then distributes it accordingly, and then it gets pumped back into this interface. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there it is. Goes back into the interface, and that goes back into the ME system. Over here, we have the Crystal Growth Accelerators. I know early on I said I was going to do it with 6, and I can using the same method that I used to automate Pneumaticraft stuff by using the Mistcraft to pop it in there, but I think that 5 is enough, and I'm just going to leave it be at 5. So yeah, sorry about that. I know I promised, but, well, too bad. Alright, and then over here we have the Pneumaticraft stuff, and that is all set up as it was before as well. So this is all very nice. Now, the copper chest here has 2 interfaces on it because obviously all of the things can't fit into this one. So that is really cool. Alright, so other than that, now this space right here is going to be for future processing. Right now we just have the sag mill and the alloy smelter, but we're going to be getting into several other things. I'm not sure if we're going to do industrial craft or not, but we're definitely going to be doing thermodynamics, I think. My brain doesn't like me to... Yeah, thermal expansion. Thermal expansion. No, thermodynamics. I'm not sure which one that is. Oh my. And here we have the auto crafting room. As you can see, we have some 64K crafting storages. Since I programmed the system to make them, I went ahead and made 6 of them. I'm running into a problem with this, and I'm going to have to figure out how to fix it. I've got all kinds of stuff stored here. Unfortunately, with one molecular assembler and essentially 5 interfaces, I think this looks cool, but 5 interfaces on one molecular assembler, that one molecular assembler gets really busy. So I'm probably going to rebuild this so it just has a giant wall of stuff, and that should make this work better, but we're not going to do that this episode. As a matter of fact, we're getting long into this episode and I haven't even done anything yet. So over here we have added a basement, and this is where you can see all the magic happening. You got the dimensional transceiver that comes out with bringing power over there to the processing room. We've got the various colored AE lines going different places. The red line right here got hooked into the P2P tunnel, and this goes over to the Pneumaticraft area. Not much going on there. I'm going to be using that soon, actually. In this episode, we're going to change the way this is set up, but we'll get to that here in just a second. As you can see, the lime one is going that way. That one has the 21 of 32 channels. That's going to be the auto crafting room with all the interfaces and the processors. And then, of course, the green one goes that way, and this has all of the other stuff in the auto crafting and the processing area. Alright, so that's really cool. This one right here is also P2P, and this one goes over to the auto crafting Botania section, all the way up over there. Well, it's actually Botania and there's the elevator. I really gotta mark the elevator better. It goes over to the Botania, and also over here there's one of the P2P outlets of that line, and then the other one is over here, hooked in right here so that this will function correctly. Alright, so that pretty much covers all of that. So now we can go ahead and go on with today's. Now, I really, really like the way this turned out. I'm actually very happy with the way this looks, the processing, the extra room to add on. The whole thing just thrills me. I love it. It's just so great. So anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and have a item conduit here. Now, I can do this safely because I've taken the drone offline over at the Blood Magic area. Okay? The Blood Magic area is abandoned. Now, we're going to go ahead and put this here. No, shift right click, thank you. And we're going to have this empty out of here, and we're going to need a item filter. I hope I have... Cool, I've got the advanced... I'll use an advanced filter for this one. And what we're going to do over here is we're going to do a extract, and we're going to filter it to... Oh boy, yeah, I forgot I tore that apart. We're going to essentially blacklist smoothstone. I shouldn't have done that. And air canisters. Okay, so it will not pump out smoothstone. or air canisters. And we are going to have it ignore metadata, which means that the air canisters, it won't pull out any air canisters regardless of their fill level, okay? And we're going to do this always active. Now, what's going to happen now is it's going to automatically pump all of our... Why isn't it doing it? And why do I hear a zombie? Why do I hear a zombie? Do I have a zombie in my basement? Where is he? It says he's over here. Dude, there should not be any zombies in this area. I have magnum torches for that. If there's a zombie, there can be a creeper. If there's a creeper, I am in some deep crap if he blows up this stuff. According to this, he is right here. Okay, we're gonna have to probably bring some a magnum torch downstairs, just because. Whatever. He's not up here right now, and this area is sufficiently lit. But I don't understand why this is always active. Set on extract, blacklisting these two, and ignoring metadata. Why isn't it emptying the chest? It should take out anything that isn't smooth stone or an air canister. It's not taking out anything. Oh, because the interface is full of stuff. It doesn't... If you have all these panels taken, it can't do it. Okay, so we'll just do that, and now it will be empty. Yep, there it goes. Okay. Well, fine, if that's the way you want to be. Take one of each of these. And that should be good. So now, normally the drone is checking that chest to see if it has those slates in it. Now, like I said, the drone is offline, so we are not going to be running it that way anymore. What we're going to wind up doing is we're going to go ahead and change up the way the drone monitors things. And for this, we are going to need some redstone lamps. Now, I don't actually have to do it this way, but I like the way this is going to look, so there, I'm going to. Nah. Alright, so 4 redstone lamps, and this should do nicely. And what we're going to wind up doing is we're going to chop a couple holes in the floor right here. Let's see, we got 4 there, but we're going to be making a lot more than this. So let's see. The lag is real. I don't know. Oh, there, it's because it's doing the backup. Alright, good. So that's there, and we're going to put 1 lamp here. And then we're going to skip a space, and we're going to put a lamp here. Skip a space, put a lamp here. Skip a space. Ah, crud, that's not going to work out nicely at all. Alright, fine. We'll just have to go from corner to corner then. We'll just put 1. Oh no, well that's not going to work out either. Why is this room not even? Oh, because nothing should... Well, no, it actually is even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is actually even. You've got to be kidding me. How did I wind up with an 8? These are supposed to be 9 by 9 internal. Did I really screw that up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I did. I somehow screwed that up. I need to push this wall back. You know what? I'm not even going to. I'm just not. I'm just not that crazy. Alright, so, okay, since we can't... Well, I can keep doing it this way, but I'm not going to. We're going to change this up just a little bit. And instead of putting them through the floor, we'll put them through the wall. Because then I can arrange them any way I feel like. Alright, so that's fine. We're going to go ahead and chop a hole here, 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 and here. Because why not? And we're going to put the redstone lamp here. Actually, you know what? It would actually make more sense to just recess them into the wall, I think. That way they don't protrude into the room. So, that should work. Sweet. Alright, so what we're going to need to do now is we're going to go ahead and get ourselves some level emitters. Emitter. Yeah, I probably should spell emitter right at first. That makes sense. Okay, so the level emitter is actually very simple, and we're going to need quite a few of these. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to make a whole bunch of them. I only need 4 at the moment, but my future plans are going to require quite a few. So now my first question I need answered is, can I place a level emitter on a dense cable? No. Okay, good. So that's good to know. That'll be useful for what I have planned. All right, so I'm going to take 5 real quick, and I'm going to real quick tell you what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to do it. I'm going to run this red cable. Like I said, we're going to be changing the way this is going to work. The dense red cable is going to run over this way, and then over here in behind the wall, I'm going to put level emitters hooked into these lamps that I just placed. So this will be a behind the scenes kind of thing. Anyway, so we'll hook a level emitter to each of these, and then we'll configure them. So let me run all the wires, and then I'll be back when we can configure them. Now that we've got this run, we can go ahead and start configuring. As you can see, I ran the red wire over here, and put the P2P over here instead, and then I ran a single wire up through the back over there. Now, I went ahead and took these redstone lamps back out. That way I can go ahead and put the level emitters in right here and have them facing the correct direction, like this. And this, and that, and this. Alright, so here's how this is going to work. The level emitters, they're all online. And each of these should take up a channel, which should now have this being, yep, 5 channels. Good. Alright. So basically what we're going to do is, we're going to have this level emitter. It is going to be for blank slates. Okay? And it is going to emit a redstone when levels are above or equal to the limit. Okay? So, no. We want this backwards. We want to emit when levels are below the limit. Alright, so the limit on blank slates is going to be 64. Alright, so anytime there's less than 64 blank slates in the system, this is going to emit a redstone signal. So, let's see. Blank slates at 65, now it's 32, and that should be on. So now we're going to drop these blank slates back into the system. The system then recognizes that they're there, and turns the signal off. And turns the signal off. Levels are below the limit. 64. Level type item. What? No. Yes. Okay. That very well took its sweet time to do that. Let me try that again. It turns it on pretty much instantly. Actually, let's do this. Put them in over there since that's where they're actually going to be. Now this should turn off. Okay, I guess it was just getting used to the idea. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another break, and we're going to go ahead and put these, configure all of these for the appropriate levels, and put the redstone lamps in place. Alright, give me just a second. Alright, now that we've got that taken care of, by the way, I went ahead and put some item frames on the front of these, and then put and one of each of them in front of it. That way anybody who wants to look at them can know what each light signifies. This one is on because I had exactly 128 of these, so to take one out and put it in the item frame means I'm now below the limit. So it's kind of funny, actually. Alright, so now that we have that done, what we're going to wind up doing now is we're going to go ahead and modify the drone program. Alright, so let's run upstairs real quick and grab the stuff, and I will tell you how we're going to do the first one, and then I'll do the rest off camera so that we don't waste so much time. You guys have seen me do this programming, and I'm not going to do a whole lot more programming on camera, just because I don't really need to. It's not necessary. Alright, this is the drone as its current program is set, and here we're going to go into this. Alright, so I'm going to tear this program apart. I really am. I'm just going to destroy the whole thing. Okay? And I'm not going to destroy the whole thing, just a rather large part of it. We're just going to change this. So we're going to take this off of here, which is going to disconnect that. And we don't need the item filter anymore. And as a matter of fact, we don't need this stuff anymore either. Stop that. Alright, so we're just gonna... Oh no, tell me it didn't just do that. Yeah, it just destroyed the whole stack, because doofus. Alright, that's fine. Here, re-import this program, please, and I will try to not destroy it this time. Alright, so I'm going to work from the bottom up this time, because I don't want to have to take a chance of doing that again. So let's go ahead and disassemble this off to this. We don't need the item filter here anymore, but we do want the same area for the chest. Alright, we're going to take this item checker away, and instead we're going to go ahead and put in a redstone checker. Let's see. Redstone conditional. There we go. And the redstone conditional is going to have a if true. We need to change this over to true. If true, then it's going to, yeah, okay. If true, then it's going to go over there. And the area that it's going to be done in is no longer the chest. We're going to go ahead and grab the area of the redstone lamp that is associated with these slates. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and change all of this up real quick, and then I'm going to change this area from the chest to the redstone lamp that it has over there. So give me just a second. I'm going to reprogram this, and we'll see if it works. Be right back. Alright, got that all done. Change the program again a little bit. It's easier to use a false than a true statement in this case. So I changed the level emitters downstairs to emit a redstone signal when they are at or above the limit. So that way, if there's no redstone signal, so it's going to check that area for redstone signal. If there's not one, then it'll run the program. Okay, so let me go ahead and zoom in real quick and just go over this real quick. I'll go over it on one because it applies for all. Zoom in a little bit further. Alright, so it's going to check for a redstone signal. If there isn't one at the lamp, then it'll check for the essence. It'll pull out the orb. It'll pull out the smooth stone, put it in the altar, wait the time, pull it out with alternate things just in case it gets screwed up because of server lag. Then it will recheck if there is a signal. This is why I decided to go with false, okay? If I had left it with true, then I would have had to have another subset and have another little side thing over here that says if true, then go this way. False is easier. If it's true, it just goes on to the next puzzle piece. You don't actually have to build a whole other section. So it then rechecks, and as long as it's still false, then it goes back to the top of the program, and when it becomes true, when the signal comes on, it puts the orb back, okay? Now, the fun part about this is that we get to actually reprogram the drone, and as you can see, it says, returned programming puzzles, 8 origin burst plant seeds. So, 8 puzzle piece. What the heck was that? Don't know. So, let's see. That is the burst. So, we have 10 now. When we program the drone with this, we should now look and we have 18. Excellent. So, now this drone not only should function correctly, but it should stop all that hopping around. Alright, so, hey drone, come here. Let's see if you do your job right. Go, drone. Wow, that instantly transformed. But it's taking a long time to start the second transformation, so that should be fine. Except the first one is perfectly fine, because we had enough normal slates. Awesome. Now, he's probably making another reinforced slate because he's waiting for that light to turn off to say that he's fine. But that's fine. Extras aren't going to hurt me. I've got infinite of this stuff, so that's fine. So, yep, okay, so he put the orb back, takes the orb out, so now he's moved on to the third tier slates. He shouldn't be over there, though. He should be over here. But he's still waiting the correct amount of time, so he can be in the wrong place as long as it actually functions. Second tier. In a second, it should hit 3. Now he should come and get it before it hits 4. Good job, drone. And that was enough. I also changed the numbers. I've forgotten that I had actually modified it to only be 32 slates instead of 64. So I switched it back to 32, and that should be fine. All right, cool. So that has modified the program, and here in just a second, this will finish, and the drone should go and rest. And then we'll go downstairs, see that all 4 lights are on, and that's why the drone is going to be at rest. Uh-oh. He pulled out too soon. It's odd. Did I change that accidentally? Okay, this one's wait time is 380. This one is 520. That should have taken care of it. Wait a second, see if this one works. Nope, pulled it out too early again. Okay, so we actually have a problem here. Why is this a problem? I do not know. But we'll just modify the program a little bit. It's the highest tier slate I'm worried about at the moment, so give me that. And we'll just modify this time limit. Instead of 520, we'll go ahead and make it 560. That should be enough. Another 2 seconds should be plenty. And of course, we will go ahead and put the drone back in here, re-export the program, and that should be fine. And that should, well, actually, we won't really know now, will we? Because the drone is, well, actually, you know what? I'll just hold on to this slate. And we'll put this back. And then we should be able to just toss the drone back into the world, and he should go ahead and check his programs, import that, and he's waiting for the last tier slate. Just a second. Alrighty, he's almost to the final tier. Come on, switch over before you take it. I gave you an extra 2 seconds. Oh, beautiful. Puts it back, and now he should go. And he... Why are you doing that? You're not supposed to be hopping anymore. Hang on. Okay, he's not jumping anymore, and I'll show you why here in just a second. But first, while I was calming down from the horrible fit of rage that I just threw, because he keeps jumping, the whole point of the episode was to make him stop jumping. Actually, no, the whole point of the episode was to make him stop jumping, but it was also to give Applied Energistics access to and control over the making of blood magic stuff. So, that was accomplished. So while I was doing all this other stuff, I went ahead and built myself an Applied Energistics wireless access point, okay? The wireless access point here, let's just go over the recipe real quick. The recipe for this is just normal glass cable, a calculation processor, and a wireless receiver. The wireless receiver is just a couple pieces of iron, a quartz fiber cable, and a Fluix pearl. And the Fluix pearl is just Fluix crystals and Fluix dust around an ender pearl. So that's no big deal at all. I threw that together. Now, before you can use this wireless access point, you need to have a security terminal. And the security terminal is actually pretty simple as well. I have it programmed to make up to 64K storage components, so 16K was nothing to me. Iron, cables, a processor, and the ME chest. The ME chest was annoying because I had to make the access terminal, which is actually okay that I had to make the terminal because I then needed another one for the actual wireless point itself, which is this right here, the wireless terminal, which is very simple. It is just another wireless receiver, the terminal, and then a dense energy cell. The dense energy cell being 8 normal energy cells around a calculation processor, and a normal energy cell is just quartz, Fluix, and quartz glass. Alright, so now that I've showed you how I crafted that, I will show you how we put this into use. Alright, so we're going to hook this in. We can't do it there. Both the security station and the wireless access point require a channel. So this only has 31 channels. This only has 1 channel available. So I need to hook it into a different set of cables. Preferably one that isn't using much of its channels. That one's not using any channels at all. So let's see. I think I should be able to... Well, no, we can't hook it right there because of that. Let's just put it right here. Alright, and we should see, yep, that hooked in perfectly. And now we should be able to hook this into the side or underneath this. Excellent. Alright, so the security system, you're going to take this and you're going to drop it in here. And that is going to link the terminal up to this security system. Okay? And there's so many things we can do here, and I don't understand half of them. This is the first time I've ever messed with wireless applied energistics, so you'll have to, just understand that I don't know anything what I'm doing. Anyway, so the actual wireless access point here, its range is 16 blocks, and we can extend it by building in wireless range extenders. And we're going to do that real quick, but while we're doing this, we also need to charge my wireless access point. Okay, and to do that, we're going to stuff it in this charger. And wow, this is going to take a minute. That's cool. While it's doing that, I need to go ahead and go over here and make some range extenders. So we should be able to. I actually had gotten stuff together to make these, and then I forgot all about it. This is simply iron, Fluix dust, a Certus quartz, and ender pearl dust, which is... Oh, hey, it actually does use the... okay, ender IO. So you pulverize or grindstone the dust, and that should be fine. I rather would not use the pure version. Thank you very much. I've got plenty of the normal. And we should be able to go ahead and make a bunch of these. Now, I'm honestly not sure how many the maximum is for this, for the range on this is. I'm going to go ahead and add 16. Where's my elevator? Lost. So we should be able to hopefully add 16. Yes, and it raised it to 80 meters, but it's also 80 RF per tick. So, you know what? I'm just going to make as many of these as I can, because I really don't know. Okay, what's up with the AE system? Why does it look like that? Okay, that was weird. Sure, why not? I think you might actually be able to put a stack of these in here. But 148 meters at... Oh, wow. The energy usage is not just... Okay, so it does go up quite a bit more per actual piece here. So yeah, 148 meters should be plenty. I don't think I'm going to need access past that. Now, I could probably put a whole bunch of those in there and have large amounts of access, but I don't think that's really necessary. How are we doing now? 22% done, close enough. All right, so now we should be able to right-click here and have access to the system. Sweet. All right, so now that we've done that, I did this for a reason, because the drone doesn't jump anymore, and I have to prove it, or you guys aren't going to believe me. Actually, I don't care if you believe me or not, but I'm going to show you how I did it and all that stuff. Alright, so he is sitting there, and he is not jumping. Alright, so just to prove to you that this will work, let's go ahead and let's turn off one of the lights. Alright, he pulls the orb, he puts that in, it transforms, he puts it in the chest, checks again, does another one. You're going to love this. Puts it in, checks. He's doing another one because the light hasn't turned off yet. The system hasn't realized that it's actually okay now. But now he'll go ahead and... Uh-oh. Crap. Okay, I'm not really sure what happened just there. I've tested it several times now, and it's worked perfectly fine. As we can see, he pulled the orb out, put one of these in, and now he is working it out. And I don't know, I guess a lag spike or something of that nature. But it worked perfectly fine then. Pulls that out, puts the orb back. Pulls that out, puts the orb back, and goes idle. Okay, yeah, it's I don't know, things are acting a little bit funny. My every now and then when I access the applied energistics system, give me that back. Every now and then when I access the applied energistics system, it looks funny. You guys saw it earlier. I don't know why it is, but I think I might have some lag issues, or maybe I need to restart my computer or something. But yeah, that should all be fine. And I changed the program ever so slightly to make this 130 instead of 120, and that should be fine otherwise. But everything else seems to be working fine. Now, how did I get him to stop jumping? I stopped telling him to go places. The reason he kept jumping is because he checks, and if all these are true, then I had him go to a location, and that location was above the charging station. And if he's above the charging station, when he goes idle, he drops onto the charging station, which puts him no longer in that block. So he flies back to that block and goes idle, flies back to that block and goes idle, flies back to that block and goes idle. It's quite maddening, actually. So I just decided that from now on, he will just be. When he's not working, he'll just sit there. And whenever you take a slate from the system, he will go back to doing his thing. Because, see, and he'll just sit there and check, and when he checks correctly, then he'll go idle. When it's not full, then he'll continue doing his thing. I'm going to go ahead and make another program. Probably next episode, I'll make a new program. And we're going to automate some other things in the blood magic area. It should work a lot better and be a lot less complicated program. So, yep, next episode, we're going to go ahead and get this taken care of. So until then, this is Jaronitis signing off on episode 72 of my Let's Play series. See, it works perfect. I don't know why it didn't work that time. Like me if you like me, subscribe if you want to see what I get into next, and as always, help spread the gaming!